welcome to Whiteboard Learning app. I'm Dr. Suchitra and in this session, I'm going to discuss in detail about gastrointestinal agents. So at the end of the session, you'll be able to know about the complete gastrointestinal agents, which includes acidifying agents or acidifiers, and second one antacids, and then protectives and adsorbents. So these are the topics which I am going to discuss in this session. So coming to the first topic, that is acidifiers. So before entering into the topic, let us discuss what are these gastrointestinal agents. So gastrointestinal agents are those agents which are used to treat gastrointestinal infections. So these are the agents which are used to treat gastrointestinal tract infections. So first of all, what is this gastrointestinal tract? So gastrointestinal tract extends from mouth to anus. It extends from mouth to anus. And the main parts of this gastrointestinal tract includes mouth, esophagus, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, rectum, and anus. These are the main parts of this gastrointestinal tract. And the major parts which are involved in the digestion of food are the stomach and intestine. Okay, let us see what are the major functions of this stomach and intestine. So, in the stomach, generally, the digestion of proteins will be taking place in the acidic medium. So this is our stomach, right? And in the stomach, there will be some specialized cells called parietal cells. And these are responsible for secretion of HCl. So these parietal cells will be secreting HCl. And this HCl has two major roles. So one is it inactivates, it activates or it secretes the inactive pepsinogen. Inactive pepsinogen to pepsin. And this is responsible for digestion of proteins. This is responsible for digestion of proteins. Okay, so the first major function is conversion of or activation of this inactive pepsinogen to pepsin, and this pepsin is responsible for digestion of proteins in acidic medium. So that is first role of this HCl. And the second one is, we'll be ingesting the food. So that ingested food may contain some pathogens, and that pathogens should not cause any bacterial infection to us. So in the acidic environment, that is HCl, it will be around 3.5 pH. So under these acidic conditions, whatever the ingested pathogens are there, that will be died. So it will give protection against the pathogens. Second one is, it gives protection against pathogen. So these are the two major functions of this stomach. So stomach is mainly responsible for production of this HCl, and this happens from a specialized cells called parietal cells. And this HCl is responsible for conversion of the inactive pepsinogen to active pepsin. And this pepsin is responsible for digestion of the proteins in acidic medium. And the next second important role is it gives protection against the ingested pathogens through food. And second one is intestine. So intestine, it includes both the small intestine and large intestine. And in the intestine, majorly what happens? So the first one is the digestion of proteins occurs in alkaline medium. So digestion of proteins in alkaline medium, and digestion of fats, digestion of carbohydrates and bile salts, and finally, and at the same time, the absorption of the digested food also takes place in this. So next one is absorption. So absorption of vitamins, minerals and food will be taking place. So these are the major roles of this intestine. So in this, digestion of the proteins occurs in alkaline medium, and digestion of fats, digestion of carbohydrates, digestion of bile salts, and at the same time absorption of vitamins and minerals. So if anything goes wrong in these two functions, like we have seen stomach functions and intestine function, if anything goes wrong, then what happens? It leads to some undesirable effects, or it gives it leads to some disorders or diseases. So let us see what are the few disorders and diseases or undesirable effects that are occurring in the gastrointestinal tract. So coming to the first undesirable effect is hypochlorhydria. So hypochlorhydria, hypo means less amount of secretion of HCl from the parietal cells of the stomach. So that is hypochlorhydria. Hypo means less amount of, or small amount of HCl will be produced, which is not able to digest the proteins. So that condition is known as hypochlorhydria. So less secretion of gastric HCl, which is responsible for digestion of proteins, is known as hypochlorhydria. This is first condition. And the second condition is echlorhydria. So echlor means absence. So absence of production of HCl, or absence of secretion or production of HCl is known as echlorhydria. Okay, and third condition is hyperchlorhydria. So hyper means excessive secretion. So excess secretion of HCl. So which leads to formation of ulcers. Okay, so this hyperchlorhydria is also known as hyperacidity. So this is the third condition. And next one, due to insufficient peristaltic movements, it leads to constipation. That is fourth condition. Constipation is the fourth condition, and this occurs due to insufficient peristaltic movements. So generally the peristaltic movements will be taking place 4 to 5 times per day, but due to busy schedule of a person, they may be delaying the emptying of the bowel. So that leads to reabsorption of more water, and it finally leads to constipation. Right. So next one is diarrhea. So, diarrhea occurs due to excessive loss of fluids from the intestine. Due to inadequate absorption of these electrolytes or fluids from the intestine, then it leads to loss of the fluids, and finally it causes diarrhea. Okay, so these are the major, means if anything goes wrong in the general metabolic processes of this stomach and intestine, then it leads to following condition, that is hypochlorhydria, echlorhydria, hyperchlorhydria, constipation or diarrhea, or there can be other GI disturbances also. And all these GI disturbances, means gastrointestinal tract disturbances, can be treated by using gastrointestinal agents.